Hi there, everyone. Here's some of what's heading your way tonight. Your news at 9.
The FDA could give authorization to Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine for those ages 12 to 15 as early as next week. I'm Chris Warner with what you need to know and how some local parents feel about it.
Severe weather hammering the south for a second straight day. I'm Jonathan Seri in Atlanta. I'll have the storm's trail of damage coming up.
Doug Eddy has weather. Jacob Leonard has sports. This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jordan Aubie. The FDA could authorize Pfizer's vaccine for those ages 12 to 15 as early as next week. KOAM's Chris Warner has more on what you need to know and how some parents feel about it.
With potential FDA authorization on the way for Pfizer's vaccine for a younger age group, some are challenging conflicting information that's been put out in the past, which says kids are less susceptible to COVID. Mercy's infectious disease preventionist Donna Stokes explains why the vaccine is important for the 12 to 15 age group.
Adolescents, they can acquire COVID. Their symptoms may be mild, but we do know that they can also develop significant and severe illness. So if we can prevent that, number one, we certainly want to do that.
Stokes says it goes beyond just keeping the kids well.
They can have mild illness, asymptomatic, in fact, and don't even know that they're contagious. So if we can prevent that, we can prevent their contact with other people that are susceptible and prevent that transmission of illness.
Rebecca West is a 15-year-old and 16-year-old at home. She says she believes in vaccines and she and her teens get the flu shot every year.
As a parent, I feel that it's safe. My 16-year-old's already got her first vaccine and no side effects.
West says it's important to her to keep them safe.
But anything to keep your child from getting any illness, I believe, is needed.
In our post on Facebook, more than 250 people responded, weighing in on both sides. Many parents agree with West about getting the vaccine to kids, but not everyone does. Charlene says, I think it's child abuse and utter ignorance to vaccinate children for a virus with a 99% recovery rate. Kimberly raised concerns about side effects, saying, with how sick it is making adults after getting it, why would you willingly put your child through that? Stokes says pediatricians are a great asset for parents.
I think our pediatricians are going to be key in helping us explain the pros and cons to parents.
In Joplin, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Stokes says it's too early to tell right now if additional authorizations will come for children younger than age 12, but trials are already underway. Meteorologist Doug Eddy joining us now with the first look at the forecast. Dreary day, but absolutely gorgeous evening.
Yeah, it rained all day long, but once we got the rain out of here late this afternoon, we cleared out real quickly and we got some sunshine, but temperatures chilly for this time of the year as we only hit 60, average high is 74 degrees, so well below where we should be for this time of the year. But you can see the clouds working out of here, so now we have clear skies across the region, but still some of the moisture on the ground. We could get a little bit of patchy fog for us later on tonight. Next storm system out across the northern parts of the Rockies. Very weak, very disorganized, but that will start to roll in late tomorrow and then into tomorrow night and also Thursday morning. So we're going to break that down, look into Mother's Day, all coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Doug Eddy, thanks as always. Pittsburgh Police Department says a 16-year-old was behind the wheel of a car that hit a Pittsburgh Casey's yesterday. The department released more info on the crash today. They say the 16-year-old drove the car up on the curb along the walkway on the east side of the building, then hit the building, caused significant structural damage, as you can see. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt. The Biden administration has set a new goal to administer at least one vaccine shot to 70% of adults by July 4th. And this comes as some question whether the country will ever reach herd immunity. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera is in D.C. with the latest details on the president's efforts.
On July 4th, the country may be celebrating something more than just Independence Day. At least that's what President Biden hopes.
Our goal by July 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans with at least one shot and 160 million Americans fully vaccinated.
To help reach that goal, the Biden administration is announcing new efforts, including increasing walk-in appointments at local pharmacies, improving vaccine education, and reallocating vaccine shots from states with lower demand to those with more interest.
They can order up to their full allocation based on population. They can also order less than their full allocation.
The president's announcement comes as the White House shifts its focus away from herd immunity, a goal many health experts say is elusive, to delivering as many vaccine shots as possible.
I think it's important for people to recognize herd immunity is not binary. It's not a finish line. It's a gradual slowing.
Still, demand is slowing in some parts of the country as the administration tackles vaccine hesitancy. A Fox News poll last month shows about 1 in 5 registered voters plan to skip the shot. The president has also been criticized for not doing enough, some say, to sell the perks of being fully vaccinated.
If you look at his address last week, you had Speaker Pelosi and Vice President Harris behind him, distancing, both wearing masks. But again, they're all vaccinated. So this is mixed messaging. Those masks need to come off when appropriate.
The White House is ready to launch a campaign to vaccinate adolescents as well, should the Food and Drug Administration choose to issue an emergency use authorization of the Pfizer vaccine for those ages 12 to 15. In Washington, Matt Rivera, Fox News.
KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 takes this time now to honor one of our four-state heroes. Paul Bryant served in the U.S. Army from 1968 to 1969, spending time in Vietnam. And we are proud to thank Sergeant Paul Bryant, native of Grove, Oklahoma. He's tonight's four-state hero. Doug Keddy's up next with a complete look at the forecast, and later, Pitt State baseball heading into the final weekend of the regular season on a 7-game winning streak. Gonna hear from the team in sports.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a dreary day for us today. Showers, thunderstorms across the region. Very wet, but it did start to clear out a little bit during the evening hours, and we got some sunshine, which you can see on our Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. This is our tower cam for you, which thankfully got a little bit of sunshine, but just kind of a nasty day across the region. Temperatures also quite a bit cooler. We were into the 70s yesterday. We kind of held into lower 50s, and then we popped back near 60 late this afternoon, as we did get a little bit of sunshine, but much cooler than what we have seen and what we should see. 50 in Nevada, 49 in Neosho, 51 in Grove, Pitt at 50, 49 in Parsons. The clouds have worked out after this big band of rain last night, and then the big band of rain for us today. We had some moderate to heavy amounts of rain at time, but clear skies now. This system is quickly racing off toward the east. Next wave, northern parts of the Rockies. This system will start to affect us late tomorrow into tomorrow night, but it's a very weak little wave. You can see in the upper levels just a little tiny ripple. It's just a very fast moving chunk of energy. It's not going to do much for us. It doesn't have much in the way of moisture to work with, but something we'll watch. For us tonight, kind of chilly. We drop back near 50 for an overnight low. So it's going to be a cold start, or I'm sorry, near 40. So a cold start. We'll have a little bit of fog in the morning. Some clouds will start to increase in the afternoon. 62 by noon, but temperature's pretty good. Upper 60s for highs, 68 during the afternoon. We're going to have north winds at about 5 to 10. Now, late in the day, we could see a random stray shower or two try to push in. Most of us will stay dry, but there could be a few showers out there by the evening hours. Then as we go into tomorrow night, this weak little wave passes through, maybe a few more showers. Late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. That's it. That's all we're going to see from this storm system. It passes by. Thursday afternoon looks pretty good. Should go right back up into the upper 60s. We'll have partly sunny skies. Then as we head into Thursday night and Friday, look at the winds. They start to switch around out of the south. This is going to help us warm up. So here's Friday afternoon. There's going to be a warm front on top of us. And with the warm front, late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then even into Friday night, we could get some scattered thunderstorms. Most likely not severe, but some scattered thunderstorms. Something we're going to watch. Watch the warm front. It lifts north on Saturday. So by Saturday afternoon in the warm sector, we may get a few pop-up thunderstorms. Some of those could be severe, but I think our better chance is Saturday night as a big band forms along the cold front, kind of dives off toward the south into the east and lasts into Sunday morning. So those are the systems we got to keep our eyes on over the next few days. 68 tomorrow, 68 Thursday, 70 on Friday, 77 on Saturday, but then we cool right back down on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, highs into the 60s. But
right.
plenty of chances for rain.
Yeah, chilly nights, but not too bad.
No, pretty good overall.
All right, Doug, we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you so much. Massive cleanup efforts are underway after severe storms spawned tornadoes and caused widespread damage across parts of the South. The dangerous system being blamed for at least 3 deaths so far, and it's not over yet. More bad weather is in the forecast there. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Seary is in Atlanta with the latest.
Damaging and deadly storms continue to carve a path across the southeastern U.S. These storm systems bringing hail, high winds, and multiple tornadoes, including this one on Monday in Blum, Texas.
Looks like a tornado. Small one.
Slightly east, this video shows the damage from a twister in Ellis County. This home just one of dozens destroyed. In South Carolina, a tornado is likely the cause of the destruction in Abbeville. Homes now without roofs, sheds demolished, trees snapped in half.
It was loud and furious, and the whole house was just shaking. And you can see the damage.
Folks in other parts of the Palmetto State hit with golf ball-sized hail. Whipping winds littered the streets with fallen trees, power lines, and scattered branches. People around the region cleaning up after Monday's storms, including Atlanta. The city took a rare direct hit as the system swept through, ripping off roofs, toppling trees, and littering neighborhoods with debris. Customers at this Atlanta area barbecue restaurant stopping by to pay their respects. The owner killed when a tree fell on his car.
This is a very tragic loss, and this place will not ever be the same without him.
The threat of more dangerous storms still lingering in parts of the South through early Wednesday. In Atlanta, Jonathan Seary, Fox News.
Coming up, Facebook and former President Trump, rounds 2.
Facebook's oversight board will soon announce whether the company's ban on President Trump was appropriate. I'm Mike Emanuel in Washington with more on the expected ruling coming up.
Months after banning President Trump from its social media network, Facebook says its independent oversight board has since taken a second look at the decision and will announce tomorrow whether the ban was appropriate to begin with. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has more on the expected ruling.
For nearly 4 months, former President Trump's official Facebook page hasn't had a single update. The social media network banned Mr. Trump from its site as of January 7th, one day after the deadly riot at the U.S. Capitol. At the time, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the decision was made because the risks of allowing the president to continue to use our service during this period are simply too great. Now, Facebook's independent oversight board, after months reviewing the ban, says it will announce its official ruling Wednesday.
If they tell us that former President Trump's account should be reinstated, then we will honor that.
Facebook's ban, in addition to bans by Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, has since stirred debate over free speech, not only among its users, but also in Washington. Democratic Congressman Frank Pallone was among those who had called for the ban, citing President Trump's posts for inciting violence, spreading dangerous misinformation, and amplifying anti-democratic rhetoric. Republicans disagree.
The idea that these corporations would decide what we can say and can't say and who can speak and can't speak, it's crazy.
Twitter's Jack Dorsey says its ban is permanent, telling House lawmakers in March his company believes in free speech with certain limits.
We must balance that with our desire for our service not to be used to sow confusion, division, or destruction.
While President Trump is reportedly considering starting his own social media platform, for now he's resorted to communicating by press release. Last week he told Fox he's found it to be, quote, better and a more elegant way to communicate. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
This afternoon, former President Trump launched a new communications platform. It appears on his website and allows Trump the ability to post comments, images, videos, and communicate directly with his followers. The platform appears to only offer, however, one-way communication, so it's not clear yet if the former president has additional platforms in mind for the future, which would be more similar to social media in general. Just ahead, more investigations after some recent seemingly high-tech covert attacks affecting people's brains. Crews in Mexico sorting through wreckage after an elevated train collapsed in Mexico City. At least 24 people are dead, dozens more injured. The accident happened on one of the city's newest train lines, which has had some structural issues, including needing repairs a couple of months after its construction. Mexico's prosecutor's office says it'll investigate the cause of the railway collapse. Sounds like the basis of a science fiction film, but it couldn't be more real. A rash of mysterious energy attacks carried out by some targeting the brains of American citizens both abroad and at home. Fox News national security correspondent Jennifer Griffin has the details.
In December 2017, I made, which now is kind of the fateful trip to Moscow.
Mark Polymeropoulos served in the CIA for 26 years. After suffering a mysterious traumatic brain injury, he was forced to retire 2 years ago as the CIA's #2 official for clandestine operations in Europe. After a trip to Moscow in 2017 left him debilitated. He was staying at the Marriott Hotel near the U.S. Embassy.
I woke up in the middle of the night with an incredible case of vertigo, of tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. I was falling over. I was nauseated. In Afghanistan, I'd spent time in Iraq. This was the most terrifying experience of my life.
Now 2 cases are being investigated on U.S. soil, including one that allegedly took place last year near the ellipse outside the White House, and another that targeted a National Security Council official. The alleged attacks resemble the symptoms described by 40 U.S. diplomats in Havana and a dozen U.S. diplomats serving in China, who in 2016 began experiencing extreme vertigo and nausea following a loud, piercing sound that experts now say were the effect of a pulsed microwave. David Relman of Stanford led the National Academy of Sciences study requested by the State Department, which until recently remained classified. The report concluded these U.S. diplomats had been targeted by a pulsed radio frequency.
It is a high energy, very short pulsed delivery of this microwave energy. It is used, for example, by militaries for radar.
There's conventional wisdom that this is a portable weapon, that a microwave weapon that, in fact, we knew the Soviet Union and the Russians certainly developed and tested for a long time, and it's designed to incapacitate. The majority of senior U.S. government officials, including in the intelligence community, believe it's the Russians.
Polymeropoulos is finally getting treated for his traumatic brain injury at Walter Reed. Now lawmakers on both sides of the aisle want answers from the CIA, State Department, and FBI about who is responsible for these attacks that the Senate Select Intelligence Committee says are ongoing and increasing. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Got a couple of stories about bears coming up, including this guy, the guy on the left, okay? Hoping the beast in him will make him California governor. Missouri Department of Conservation says the black bear population is growing and expanding in the Show Me State. Conservation Department says it's up to about 800 bears. Those bears have left their winter dens now, and that's why MDC is asking you to be bear aware. It means storing your garbage in bear-proof containers, regularly cleaning and disinfecting trash containers to minimize smells that could attract those bears, keeping grills and smokers clean and storing them inside, and never offer a bear food. There are lots of other tips to be bear aware. You can find those on our website. Again, that's KOAMNewsNow.com. Keep an eye out on that bear on the right. Okay, a candidate for governor in California putting his paws in the race, John Cox, kicking off the Meet the Beast bus tour today in Sacramento. Speaking alongside about a 1,000-pound Kodiak bear. Hi. Current Governor Gavin Newsom will likely face a recall election in the fall, so Cox says the race is a choice between Beauty and the Beast. He's portraying himself as the Beast, with Newsom as the Beauty. Yeah, that's the first for me when it comes to politics. Interesting, I guess? I don't know. We'll see if it works. 30 more minutes, news, weather, and sports coming away. Some restaurants and stores are going through a chicken shortage during this pandemic. Going to hear why. Plus, going to celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week by talking to some kids. Chicken is in low supply nationwide, and restaurants are struggling to keep a steady supply of items like wings and sandwiches. KOAM's Bronte Sorosky heard from chicken industry experts and local businesses to see how they may be affected by this shortage.
Chicken has been hard to come by lately for some local businesses. As demand for the bird increases, suppliers are having trouble catching up. One Joplin chicken restaurant owner says she had to call multiple suppliers to get her hands on some, something she wouldn't normally have to do.
If you need to call 3 suppliers. Call these suppliers, call other suppliers. You even need to find another supplier, see who can give me the chicken breast.
Price increases haven't helped either.
The price going twice up. Like last year, like 42 for a case of breast. Right now going up to 92.
But it hasn't affected everyone. Another local chicken spot didn't even realize there was an issue,
Just seen a few things on the news, but we haven't been impacted at all yet.
which he says he's grateful for.
It's a blessing. It's good to be able to take care of customers.
Tom Super of the National Chicken Council says the tight supply is just short of being a national shortage and sent us a statement that reads in part, "Chicken producers are doing everything they can to overcome the devastating impact of Mother Nature when she inflicted the once-in-a-lifetime winter storm on Texas and nearby states. Major chicken-producing regions. So as high as demand is for wings right now, even small gaps in the supply of wings can cause big fluctuations in price. As for the supply itself, he says chicken sandwich wars play a part in increased demand. But chicken production is getting back to its normal pace, and the supply issue should pass soon." In Joplin, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
The National Chicken Council adds that chicken industry producers are working hard to meet this surge in consumer demand. City of Neosho, Missouri and the Neosho School District are looking into a partnership regarding the construction of a new performing arts center at the school. In the partnership, the city would waive some of project fees in exchange for construction features, including 2 crosswalks and sidewalks, rerouting Hill Street north of the high school, and improving stormwater handling at the site.
I appreciate their willingness to work with us. I mean, it's one of those situations where we're all kind of here to support our kids in our town, and they've got to think about their bottom line, and we've got to think about ours.
The Neosho City Council is still discussing initial approval of this agreement. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week, an important week. Who better to show their appreciation for teachers than the kiddos who are currently learning from them, growing with them as well. KOAM photojournalist Ty Parks visited Webb City schools.
She is really nice, and she sometimes let us have extra recess and sometimes extra computer time, and she is overall really kind. She makes it fun, like sometimes she'll let us go up and teach it to the class.
What's happening there? Why is it causing more?
I like my teacher because she is kind and sweet to all of us, and she teaches us about math, reading, and writing, and she makes it more fun.
Today we are going to learn about the Bill of Rights. Can you say Bill of Rights?
Bill of Rights.
And it is super important because...
Well, all teachers basically, because they all show respect and try doing stuff super easy. Well, they just find an easier way to do things if it's a little hard.
So, changing the
Constitution.
Good. Many people were not
Teachers are always nice. They give respect to you, and every time they almost never get mad, and they're very patient.
Good job, guys. Big thank you to all teachers. This is coming from a parent right here. You guys do an amazing job, especially this year. You can show your appreciation for area teachers by nominating them as a classroom hero. The monthly hero and their school will be awarded with a $500 Visa gift card and a basket of school supplies. At the end of each semester, you will get to vote on a grand prize winner to receive $2,500. Now, to nominate a classroom hero, just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/Classroom Heroes Award. Communities in Cherokee County, Kansas are battling out in a food fight. Not a real food fight, a challenge to see who can collect more canned goods for local food pantries. The Farmers Cooperative Association says if 2,000 pounds of food is raised in total, they will donate an additional 2,000 pounds. The town that donates the most gets bragging rights, but everyone involved gets to know they are helping people in need.
So the challenge was created last year as a result of COVID-19. We found that the families were struggling and the food pantries were unable to keep up with the demand. And as a result, they weren't able to provide for families. And so we found throughout the last year that demand has continued to increase and the food pantries aren't getting the donations that they typically would on a normal year. We know that kids are going to be getting out of school early or soon, and we want to be able to make sure that those families are able to provide for their kids throughout the summer months.
The Food Fight Challenge runs until May 14th. A bit later, a woman missing for more than 5 months is found alive at a campsite. Going to hear how she survived.
Well, it turned out to be a wet one for us today. Temperatures cool as we had showers, even some thunder showers throughout most of the daytime hours. Over an inch of rain for the month. We're at 1.35, and we're just at the beginning of the month. For the year, almost 16 inches. Should be at 13, so we're almost 3 inches above where we should be for this time of the year. But at least we got a little bit of sunshine late in the day. Of course, we had the clouds, we had the showers, we had thunderstorms last night, really all day long. But we got a little bit of sunshine during the evening hours. Nice shot of the sun setting. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, 70s yesterday, not today. We did rebound with a little bit of sunshine into the upper 50s during the afternoon, but it's chilly now. It's 50 in Fort Scott, 46 in Monette, 50 at Grand, Pitt 49, 55, Independence. You can see all the rain last night. Then we get on the backside this morning. Pretty good band rolls through. And then finally about 4, 5 o'clock, most of the rain worked out of here. You can see quickly racing off toward the east. We've cleared out, but right behind it, here's our next wave. It's very weak, but it will give us some chances for some showers back in here late in the daytime hours for us tomorrow. Just a weak little ripple up across the northern parts of the Rockies. All right, so let's break down our forecast. Let's go through time. For us tonight, our temperatures, they're going to drop back, kind of chilly, right around 40 degrees. Could get a little bit of patchy fog out there. As we go through the morning hours, quick warm up through the 40s, 50s, 62 by noon. Nice day. We're going to get some clouds in here, but a high temp is 68. There is a chance we could get a few random showers in here late in the afternoon into the evening hours. These would be very spotty, very light, not a big deal. But again, some spotty showers tomorrow evening. And then again, late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. These are going to be very hit and miss. Pushes on through. Back to sunshine Thursday afternoon, very similar to tomorrow. High temperatures pushing 70. By tomorrow night, the winds switch around out of the south. That helps us warm up even more by the time we head into Friday. But as a warm front moves in, we could get some scattered thunderstorms late Friday into Friday night. I don't think those would be severe, but something we want to watch. So the front starts to lift through Friday night, so hit and miss showers and thunderstorms. And then by Saturday afternoon, the front's well to our north. We're in the warm sector. We could get some pop-up storms Saturday afternoon. Some of those could be strong, possibly severe. But our better chance for thunderstorms occurs Saturday night as the cold front rolls in. Big batch of storms most likely will drive right along the front and then push through into Sunday morning. So we need to watch that over the next few days, but at least temperatures are going to rebound. 68 tomorrow, 68 on Thursday, 70 on Friday, 77 Saturday, and then a little bit cooler again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Lots of stuff coming in and leaving our area over the next few days.
Yeah, it's an active time of the year.
It is. All right, Doug, thank you. Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with KOAM Skywatch Weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store, also the Google Play Store if you have an Android phone. No matter what, though, all you have to do is search for KOAM Skywatch app. Coming up in sports, Joplin and Carla Junction squaring off in a COC showdown. Plus, Frontenac hitting the field for an interstate matchup with Liberal. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more next.
Well, two of the best baseball teams in Southwest Missouri meet tonight in Joplin. The Joplin Eagles hit the field against COC rival Carl Junction. Now, CJ's 14-7 right now. Joplin enters at 14-9. The top of the first inning, pitch gets away, allows Noah Southern to hustle home. Bulldogs up 1. Next batter, Dylan Eck, drives it to center. That gives Alex Baker time to round third and head home. CJ gets 2 in their half of the first inning. Bottom of the frame, Joplin gets a big swing here from Cole Cooper. Cooper over the fence out there in right center. Eagles on the board. They're within 1 after 1. The bottom of the third now, Alex Curry shoots it into right for the RBI single. At that point, Eagles up 1. Then David Fiskus in the gap in left. That will bring Cooper home, and Joplin's not done there. Grounder to right from Ethan Guilford brings in the Eagles' 5th run of the inning. Joplin leads 7-2 with that. Eagles cruise this evening against CJ 9-3.
I say it all the time, 2-out hits win games, and it just ignites you, and it's deflating to the other team when you can come up with those kind of hits in those situations. And we've been preaching it, we've been working on it, we've been talking about it, and it's just been coming, and we've been waiting for that to kind of break loose a little bit and get a few of those. And the guys had some really good at bats throughout the game.
The Webb City Cardinals on a 4-game winning streak, trying to stay in the COC race tonight with a home game against Neosho. The Cardinals roll this evening 8-1. The next one, it's the big one for Webb City, at home on Thursday against the first place Republic Tigers. The Frontenac Raiders host an interstate matchup tonight against the Liberal Bulldogs. Now, Frontenac has won 5 of 7, with their only 2 losses coming in a doubleheader sweep against Baxter Springs. Now, this one actually moved to the turf at Pitt State due to the rain earlier today. The top of the first inning, Liberal jumps out to the early lead. Chase Ray into right field with the bases loaded. All 3 come in to score for the Bulldogs. Bottom of the inning, Frontenac answers. Jeremy Rayo pulls it into left field. That scores 2. Raiders would tie at 3-3. Down 6-3 in the third, Frontenac gets rolling. Alex Williams, pinch hit single, brings in 2. Then they'll go in front for the first time on the evening. Lane Sullivan drills it in the gap in left center. That will score 2 more. Frontenac rolls from there, finishing Liberal 17-7 in 6 innings. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are headed into their final weekend series of the regular season. The Gorillas finish out their schedule this weekend with 3 games at home against Emporia State. Now, right now, Pitt State's 20-10 in the MIAA. That record ties them with Missouri Southern for the 3rd best record in the league. Now, they're hot at the right time, winning 7 games in a row going into the final weekend. The Gorillas are hoping to keep that momentum rolling for the conference tournament and maybe for games beyond that.
I think it's huge just for like a regional aspect to things. I think if we keep that in our mind, these 3 games are bigger than any 3 games we've had all year. We just got to take care of our business, and I think if we do that, then whatever happens in the conference standings, we did our part this weekend, and that's all we have to really worry about. We're going to have our best stuff, and I think we're going to have a lot of energy, and I think we're a good team, and I don't think a lot of people can really hang with us.
And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
The Utah County Sheriff's Office was expecting, and that's a good thing, a very good thing, especially for a woman they were searching for who was missing for more than 5 months. Fox's Brian Schnee has this story.
We've had a missing person all winter. I just found her alive in Diamond Fort. Kind of worried about her health condition, lack of food and water.
Since late November of last year, Utah County Sheriff's Office and search and rescue volunteers have been looking for a woman who seemingly disappeared and left her belongings behind.
All we had was her car down here in this parking lot, some of her personal items in that car, and then a campsite up here, all of which appeared to have been unused for an extended period of time, and no evidence that she was still here.
Weeks went by.
We had deputies who came back up here. We had search and rescue come up here. We had our fixed-wing pilot from the sheriff's office come up and do some searching from the air.
The search continued in the winter. No sign of the 47-year-old woman. Until an unexpected discovery this past weekend. A sheriff's sergeant and drone pilot came out to search again.
They set the drone up, and apparently on one of its first passes, the drone crashed. So they went up looking for the drone that had crashed. And in doing that, they came across another small campsite where there was a tent. And as they're looking at this, the zipper of the tent unzipped, and this woman who we had identified the previous year in November and December last year sticks her head out.
More than 5 months and an entire winter had gone by. they came across the woman in a tent alive.
And I have to be honest, we fully expected that we wouldn't find anybody related to that alive up here, given how long it had been. In situations like that, we often find somebody after they passed away.
Many will wonder, how was this woman able to stay alive throughout the winter months? She had a stream nearby for drinking water.
She did have a small amount of food that she had stretched out over time. She also lived off the land, so to speak.
She sustained herself by eating grass and moss. When she was found Sunday afternoon, the woman was in rough shape.
For most of us, to think of somebody spending the winter in an area like this, camping, literally camping in a tent with a sleeping bag all winter long, is beyond what almost anybody would consider, but for her it worked.
In Utah County, Brian Schnee, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Amazing. All right, Marvel giving us a superhero celebration and a preview of what's to come. Hollywood Nation coming your way. Movie preview for superhero fans, Met Gala news, and a certain HBO star joins Chapter 3 of Succession. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has a look in the Hollywood Nation.
Skarsgård's new drama, a superhero celebration, and the Met Gala's return in the Hollywood Nation. The Met Gala will make its return September 13th. The event is usually held the first Monday of May, but was pushed due to the pandemic. Celebrity co-chairs will be Timothée Chalamet, Grammy winner Billie Eilish, poet Amanda Gorman, and tennis star Naomi Osaka. Its theme is part of launching a two-part exhibition, In America, a lexicon of fashion, and In America, an anthology of fashion.
We're all part of one universe.
Marvel Studios celebrates the cinematic experience with a video of fan favorites and a look at upcoming films and release dates in Phase 4 of the MCU.
We got the first footage from that Eternals film, directed by Best Director Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, that comes out this November. There's a new title for the second Black Panther movie. It's called Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. That comes out next July. Also, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. They are just rolling it out and saying, come back to movie theaters. We'll see you there. And here's a preview of everything we got coming out for the next couple of years.
Alexander! And in casting news, Alexander Skarsgård is joining HBO's hit drama Succession. The Big Little Lies star will have a recurring guest role as Lucas Matson, described as a successful, confrontational CEO and tech founder. Season 3's premiere date is TBA. The show is currently in production. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Going to leave you with video of Bob Ross dolls riding a roller coaster in Ohio. Be safe. Do this all again tomorrow. See you then.